Hey, Commanders fans, get ready because today we've got exclusive news about our team, and you don't want to miss a thing. So, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell to be the first to hear everything, and of course, leave a like to strengthen our support and show that we're all true fans. We're committed to bringing you the latest updates, news, and everything that goes on behind the scenes at the Commanders. So, without further ado, let's check out today's news. Commanders source predicts $28 million contract for Terry McLaurin. Commanders star Terry McLaurin could earn $28 million per year, but a contract impasse looms as both sides evaluate the future. Terry McLaurin remains the center of attention for the Washington Commanders, both on and off the field. Chants of Terry have been common among fans, but the cheers have not yet been accompanied by a new contract extension. McLaurin is entering the final season of the 3-year contract he signed in 2022. NFL insider John Keim recently suggested that Washington could offer him a contract extension worth $28 million per year. Whether that amount and adequate guarantees would be sufficient remains to be seen. The 29-year-old receiver has been quarterback Jaden Daniels' top target and is coming off a career-high 13 touchdowns in 2024. Since entering the league, McLaurin has produced 5 consecutive seasons with over 1,000 yards, despite playing with 11 starting quarterbacks. His reliability and durability are part of his argument for a high-profile deal. However, the analytics-driven Washington front office remains cautious. Historical data shows that receivers' production typically declines after age 31, and McLaurin's next contract would begin around that age. The Commanders also have several key players nearing new deals, increasing their reluctance to commit more than they project he will be worth in his early 30s. General Manager Adam Peters has made it clear that the franchise wants McLaurin to stay. Owner Josh Harris, unlike his predecessor Dan Snyder, has left contract decisions to the front office. Even so, negotiations haven't gained momentum. Washington has leverage with McLaurin under contract this season, and they can use the franchise tag in 2026 if no deal is reached. This leaves McLaurin with the choice of accepting a deal close to $28 million annually or betting on himself for a potentially higher payday next offseason. Both parties have publicly expressed a desire to continue the partnership. For now, however, the only thing McLaurin has signed are fan memorabilia. Breaking news: former Seahawk may be in danger of a trade. Despite signing a 3-year contract with the Los Angeles Rams last offseason, tight end Kobby Parkinson may be at risk of a potential trade. According to NFL trade rumors, they believe Parkinson may be expendable, especially after Terrence Ferguson was selected in this year's draft. A healthy Tyler Higbee, who returns this season, could increase the risk of Parkinson losing his job in Los Angeles. Parkinson was uncharacteristically the subject of trade rumors last season, but after giving him a legitimate chance to excel while Higbee dealt with injuries, the tight end failed to live up to expectations. Originally selected in the 4th round of the 2020 NFL Draft, the former Stanford tight end spent his first 3 seasons with the Seattle Seahawks, hoping to carve out a role, but failed to stay healthy in his 2nd season after suffering a broken foot. Despite recording 294 receptions and 1 touchdown, it's not enough for the Rams to compensate for his next deal. If the Rams receive an offer for Parkinson before the season starts, they could seize the opportunity as they have 2 capable tight ends who can be versatile together, forming a solid threat to opposing defenses. There have been several rumors surrounding Higbee this offseason, but if they had to choose between him and Parkinson, they would likely release or trade Parkinson. Breaking news: former Seahawks player Kobby Parkinson may be in trade danger. 2 potential destinations. Best possible fits: Baltimore Ravens. With the Baltimore Ravens losing Isaiah likely for a few games, the team is likely looking for another potential tight end option. Veteran Mark Andrews is one of the best pass catchers, but even the best need help, and that was evident in the playoff loss to the Buffalo Bills. Parkinson won't start and will likely never be a T2 behind likely, but the Ravens never fail to get the best out of their targets. Lamar Jackson has a strong arm, And even if Parkinson can break through blocks and get open for a short pass, that might be enough to move the chains. Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders are building an old-school roster to maximize Jaden Daniels' rookie contract. However, even that can fail when you only have Zach Ertz, who can consistently catch the ball at tight end. John Bates is only reliable in run-blocking situations, so it's better to invest in another player like Parkinson just for depth. The Commanders should take a chance on this former third-round pick, who just became available, to improve a major team need. Dan Quinn said in a recent press conference that the Washington Commanders are always willing to add players to their roster if it helps improve certain positions. That same day, they hosted 14 players for workouts and signed 3 of them. The Commanders likely aren't finished moving players and trying out players, and I wouldn't be surprised if they take a look at a player who just became available. Adam Peters is expected to take a chance on former third-round pick Brian Asamoah II to improve depth at linebacker and possibly beyond. Recent moves have shown their views on the position. The team wasted no time in parting ways with LB Dominique Hampton, who had recently been drafted in the 5th round by Peters after just 1 preseason game. Hampton was a problem at LB, and the team also needed more flexibility on special teams. The next corresponding move was the signing of veteran LB Duke Riley, who directly replaces Hampton and can play on either side. Riley is 31 years old, however, and no one knows for sure if he will actually remain on the roster. I wouldn't be surprised if the team adds more options as roster cuts begin to make players available like Asamoah II, who was released by the Minnesota Vikings on Tuesday. Asamoah II was drafted by the Vikings with the 66th overall pick in 2022, but he never managed to establish himself as a sustainable defensive player. He played only 70 snaps on defense over the past 2 seasons after falling down the depth chart, but he is still only 25 years old. Perhaps learning from Frankie Louvu and Bobby Wagner could contribute significantly to his development. He also fits the profile Peters is looking for as an exceptional athlete who had a relative athletic rating of 8.90 when he was preparing for the NFL draft. The potential was always there for Asamoah II. Jordan McGee is still injured, and Nick Bellor is 36 and only plays special teams. Riley is the next player up with rookie Kane Medrano, so depth is a major weakness for the defense right now, and they also need someone who can be versatile on special teams. Asamoah II has played a key role on the Vikings' special teams, logging nearly 800 snaps on that side of the ball over the past 3 seasons. His special teams efforts in the first preseason game showed they also need some backup help. The Commanders have a real need for a backup linebacker, as well as special teams tacklers, and Asamoah II can provide both as the young project continues to develop. Keep an eye on the Commanders making more changes before the season starts.